A three-day festival begins in Ayodhya to mark the first anniversary of Pran Pratishtha of Ram Lalla at the Ram Temple. While the original Pran Pratishtha ceremony took place on the 22nd of January 2024, this year's anniversary is being observed today because the date aligns with Hindu Vedic traditions which follow the lunar calendar. According to the traditional calendar, Paush Shukla Dwadashi, the same auspicious day as the original consecration, falls on the 11th of January this year. For this special day, Ram Lalla will be adorned in a specially crafted Pitambari outfit woven with gold and silver threads, symbolizing divine splendor. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath will inaugurate the event by performing Maha Abhishek of Ram Lalla at 11 a.m. this morning.
Adityanath will address seers and attendees from the Angad, Tilla for the first time within the temple premises. Both Deputy Chief Ministers Brajesh Pathak and Keshav Prasad Maurya are also expected to attend the event. Now, Ram Lalla was ceremoniously placed in the temple on January 22nd last year. This year, the Pratishtha Dwadashi Utsav falls on January 11th. That is the difference in the alignment in the Hindu lunar calendar. Festivities will begin with cultural programs with performances by musical artists and literature figures. This year's celebration is significant as it coincides with 10 auspicious yogas. It is believed that worshipping Lord Ram on this day fulfills devotees' deepest of desires. The day offers a rare spiritual opportunity as devotees can perform puja and seek blessings from Ram Lalla. Now, joining us on the broadcast will be an esteemed panel of guests. But before that, Krishna, it's an auspicious day, and before we cut across to the guests, the special part of today would be the fact that this event this year would be open to the public.
Right. This year it will be open to the public and it's the first of many anniversaries, so it's a very special day. Take a look at it on your screens. All the special events that are meant to take place, the recitations of Ram Raksha Stotra and the Hanuman Chalisa, all of that part at the Mandir premises. There'll be a Raga Seva between 3 to 5 p.m. And the Badhai Gaan between 6 to 9 p.m. These are some of the programs scheduled for the day. Musical recitation of the Ramcharitra Manas as well. So a very special day planned out. Ram Katha between 2 to 3:30 p.m. We're just listing out some of the special events that to take place on the day, and there is many more. But before we go to that, Shreya, let's quickly listen to some of the reactions that have come in.
पूरी अयोध्या को सजाया गया है और विशेषकर सभी मंदिर के लोग भी एक प्रकार से उत्सव मनाएंगे। तो ये हो रहा है, बहुत अच्छे ढंग से हो रहा है और स्वयं मुख्यमंत्री जी आकर के उसका उद्घाटन करेंगे और आरती करेंगे। इसलिए ये कार्यक्रम जो चल रहा है वो बड़ी भव्यता दिव्यता से, जैसे प्राण प्रतिष्ठा हुई थी उसी प्रकार से बहुत लोगों को भी निमंत्रण दिया गया है और बुलाया गया है। जितने लोग आ सकते हैं सभी के आए और भक्त आएंगे उसको देखने के लिए, बहुत सी भीड़ होगी। और यह कार्यक्रम जो चल रहा है आज वो बहुत अच्छे ढंग से है।
आज हमें इतनी खुशी हो रही है, मतलब जो ख्वाब था वो हमारा पूरा हो गया। बस ये हम लोग की किस्मत, हमारा भाग्य है जो आज हम यहाँ पे पधारे हैं। भगवान के बहुत अच्छे से दर्शन हो गए भगवान जी के, और शब्द ही नहीं है कि क्या इनके लिए क्या कहें।
आज हमारे भाग खुल गए हैं, यहाँ आगे हरियाणा से आए हैं हम। तो योगी जी ने इतना अच्छा यहाँ किया हुआ है सब कुछ, तो मन इतना अहोभाग्य है हमारे जो हम आज राम के दर्शन के लिए आए हैं।
आज तो दिवाली है, आज दीपावली है, हम लोग बहुत खुश हैं। हमारे पास शब्द नहीं है, हम कैसे अपने भाव बताएं आपको।
बहुत अच्छा है अयोध्या, हम इसलिए राम लल्ला को दर्शन करने को आए हैं। बहुत अच्छा हमारा भगवान का अनुग्रह हुआ है, बहुत अच्छा लगा।
मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम भगवान श्री राम लला के प्राण प्रतिष्ठा की आज प्रथम वर्षगांठ है, प्रतिष्ठा द्वादशी है। आज की तिथि को ही हम लोगों ने प्रतिष्ठा द्वादशी के रूप में हम लोग मना रहे हैं और पूरे देश में इसको लेकर के धूम है। श्री राम जन्मभूमि तीर्थ क्षेत्र ट्रस्ट के द्वारा विविध धार्मिक आयोजन और धार्मिक अनुष्ठान किए जा रहे हैं। पूरे विश्व में जितने भी राम जी के प्रति निष्ठा रखने वाले सनातनी हैं, आज सब कुछ न कुछ अनुष्ठान कर रहे हैं। बहुत खुशी है।
For all the devotees, Shreya. In fact, one of them just mentioned the fact that this is like Diwali for them. It's like Deepavali for them. And that is the level of celebration. It's a 3-day celebration. Let's reiterate that, all the special programs you just told you about, that's just for today. There's lots more lined up over the next 3 days, isn't it, Shreya?
Absolutely. In fact, there are some very special performances by artists like Sonu Nigam, Shankar Mahadevan. That is to happen tomorrow at the Angatila itself. But the part is that last year there were like somewhere around 11,000 VIPs, but there was no public entry allowed per se. This year there's 110 VIPs so far. That's what we've learned from Champak Rai himself. But then this year the Garbhagriha, the temple will be open to the public, which is extremely important because there was a lot of conversation last year that the public wasn't allowed on the 22nd of January when the consecration ceremony had taken place at the Garbhagriha. But this year the situation is quite different.
Right, and this time, this first anniversary seems to be all about the devotees and not necessarily the VIPs, isn't it? That's the big departure when it comes to the first Pran Pratishtha and the first anniversary of the Pran Pratishtha. This is for the people, and that is the reason why. Look at those visuals, Shreya. Loads of people descending down upon Ayodhya for this very special first anniversary, and more importantly, the moment you say anniversary, people would like to believe that it's the same date as the last time around.
Yes.
Whereas even the January 22nd, 2024 date was fixed because it was a Dwadashi, and you had Vaikuntha Ekadashi just a day before. So today is the Dwadashi in that sense. So it is the day that is coincide with the Hindu Vedic calendar, and for that, despite the fog and the cold, look at those visuals. Celebratory atmosphere in Ayodhya, devotees descending upon Ayodhya to celebrate something that many of them wanted for a very long time. So even when the first Pran Pratishtha happened, it was a moment of celebration, a joy, a relief, and a long-term wish being fulfilled. And this is coming 1 year down the line since that wish fulfillment. It's as if to remember the fact that that long-term wish got fulfilled, and this temple is there now for devotees to pray and celebrate for all times to come.
Absolutely. Krishna, in fact, as we continue the discussion, we have Sadhvi Pragya Bharti Hindu Dharma Guru joining us on the broadcast. Sadhvi ji, a very good morning to you. A rather crucial day for people across the country, for that matter. 1 year to the Pran Pratishtha ceremony that was held at this historic temple that's been established in Ayodhya. Your first opening comments on that, ma'am?
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
please go ahead.
Yeah. So first of all, I would say, this is a big day for everyone. Today marks the first anniversary of the consecration of Ram Mandir in Ayodhya, a momentous occasion that has deeply resonated with millions of devotees, across the globe. We could see through your visuals and, how people are celebrating. They are so happy. It is so chilly, but they are happy celebrating their Ram Lalla's first anniversary. So it's a celebration, not just of a temple, but I would say of faith, history, and the enduring strength of the collective spirit of the people. 1 year ago, on January 2024, the Ram Mandir was formally consecrated with grand ceremonies, bringing to fruition a vision that spanned centuries. For many, this temple represents more than just a place of worship, but I would say it embodies years of perseverance, unity, and the fulfillment of a long-awaited dream. The Ram Mandir holds profound significance, not only in terms of religious devotion, but also in the broader context of cultural identity and national pride. And also, I would like to add that it is a symbol of unity and resilience. The completion of the Ram Mandir is a testament to the indomitable faith and resilience of the Hindus, of the Sanatanis. So today marks the culmination of a decades-long struggle to restore a symbol of religious and cultural heritage that was
Right.
lost in the past.
Right, Sadhvi, Pragya Bharati, this time around, there are just about 100 odd VIPs. And this time, this first anniversary celebration seems to be all about the people, as compared to the first consecration ceremony.
Yeah, you're right, absolutely right. This is something very big, I would say, because the emotions, sentiments of the common people are so attached to Ram Lalla. The presence of the Ram Mandir has already begun to impact the lives in ways that transcend religion. For many Hindus, it has reconnected them with their roots, reinforcing the importance of persevering, cultural and spiritual heritage. So I would say this is a very good decision by the government, by the trustees of Ram Mandir, that they've opened it for the common people, for the common public, because finally it is Ram Mandir, it is the Mandir of Sanatanis, it is the Mandir of Bharatiya, and for visitors from all walks of life, it is an invitation to reflect on the teachings of Lord Ram, principles of dharma, justice, humility, and compassion. So this is really a big decision.
Absolutely. I would want you to throw some light on a ceremony which is to take place today, a religious one. That is the Abhishek that the Chief Minister himself will be doing. Because last year there was a lot of conversation around Prime Minister and the kind of preparation he had done. He had gone on a fast for a couple of days before the very consecration ceremony had taken place at the Garbhagriha. So tell us a little more about this Abhishek ceremony that is to take place.
Yeah, sure. I would definitely tell you about it. So, see, on this momentous day, the ceremonies surrounding Ram Lalla are expected to be rich in spiritual and cultural symbolism. So, these rituals go beyond just religious observance, I would say. They are a reaffirmation of faith, pride, and unity. So, if you talk about Abhishek and Aarti, so the first and most important ritual will be the Abhishek, that is the ceremonial bathing of the Ram Lalla idol. So this involves the offering of holy water, milk, honey and other sacred materials to the deity, followed by Aarti, that is the devotional songs to honor the Lord. And the devotees will sing beautiful songs, like you also said that there is the organization and of some, they're organizing some Ram Katha. Sundakand part also. So these hymns that praise Lord Ram's virtues and the significance of his birth, life and teachings. So during the Aarti, special offerings like flowers, incense and sweets will be presented to Ram Lalla, expressing love, respect and gratitude. And next will be Mangal Kalash and procession. To mark the importance of this anniversary, there may be a procession or Mangal Kalash, a ceremonial pot filled with holy water or offerings being carried around the temple, symbolizing the sanctity and joy of the occasion. So this is again very important, and this is often accompanied by the chants of Jai Shri Ram and other devotional slogans. And also the recitation of Ramayana, as we just spoke about it, Ramcharitmanas, the Sundarkand. So given that Lord Ram's story in the core of the Ram Mandir's spiritual significance, many of the ceremonies on this day will include recitations from Ramayana, Ramcharitmanas, especially passages that relate to the childhood of Lord Ram. Devotees will participate in reciting verses that highlight his divine qualities, his triumph over evil and his embodiment of dharma.
Right. Stay with us, Sadhviji. It is the first anniversary of Pran Pratishtha at the Ram Temple in Ayodhya that is being celebrated, and we are on the occasion bringing you some specially curated stories that shed light on the Hindu identity battle, on Ayodhya's push towards development, and on the Ram Temple's unique architecture. Take a look.
देखिए, अयोध्या में राम मंदिर नहीं मिलेगा तो कहाँ बनेगा?
प्रतिमा पत्थर की है, यानी पत्थर को जीवित किया जाता है.
Countless of Hindus have sacrificed themselves to get back this temple in Ayodhya.
When that old structure crumbled, the inferiority complex and fear of the Hindus also went away. ये मंदिर आने वाले समय में वेटिकन की तरह होगा.
I think BJP has done the right thing and they should take credit for it.
It's going to affect the whole world.
जैसे हिंदुस्तान के लिए 15 अगस्त 1947 महत्वपूर्ण था, वैसा ही महत्वपूर्ण भारत में मंदिर का निर्माण है.
That's right. It is going to be a special broadcast all day today on the first anniversary of the Pran Pratishtha, and we here at News Now are going to bring you a kaleidoscope of all that is happening at Ayodhya and what it means for the people as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a 3-day event, as we have been telling you,
Yeah.
and quite a crucial one at that, spiritually and culturally as well. But you know, Krishna, when we speak of the religious and the cultural importance, let's also talk about what the Ram Mandir has brought to Ayodhya and what it has done for Ayodhya.
Yeah.
In fact, joining us on the broadcast right now is Neena Rai, the author of Amazing Ayodhya. Neena, a very good morning to you. You know, when we speak of the Ram temple and its establishment in Ayodhya, there's also a lot that this temple has brought in terms of development to this very city. What would you have to say on that?
I think it hasn't brought development only to the city, but also to Uttar Pradesh and directly or indirectly also to India. We cannot get, let's just not focus on the city. The development of the city is another aspect. But what has it got to India? I mean, let's just take a look at it. Obviously, the infrastructure has been developed decently enough or well enough to accommodate around 135.5 million visitors. This is the number of people who are coming. I mean, these are the number of people who had just come till September. And if we take a look at on the New Year's, around 3 lakh people, 2 to 3 lakh people had come only on the New Year's. So obviously, when we talk of development, we have to see how are they accommodating these people and how forward it has gone. And over the years, I have been traveling to Ayodhya, and I noticed that there has been reconstruction in the city. There is a new face to the city. Earlier the city was very neglected. Not only Ayodhya, even Banaras was very neglected. I come from Purvanchal, so Banaras was a place that we had gone even before 2014. So at the point that I had been to Banaras, not even the roads were there. And that was the same story with Ayodhya. The roads were not proper, the drains were not proper, the ghats were not proper, everything was very dirty and very clean. So you see all the beautiful things that you see behind the beauty, the chalks, everything has been extremely beautiful. And of course, they have spent a lot of money in developing not only Ayodhya, but also the Ram temple. And when we talk of that development, we should also focus a little bit on the revenue side of it. People used to question, what will the temple bring? How will it bring employment? But only in GST in a year, they have paid 400 crores, only GST. Can you imagine that? These are the numbers. I mean, Vatican, people were comparing the Vatican and the Ram Mandir. The average people who come to, the average number of people are around 5 million. That's the last statistic that I read, who come to Vatican. And Vatican is an old city for so many years. And only till September, 135 million people have come to Ayodhya. So I think by now, just these numbers should give you a great idea about the development and the ability to accommodate so many people and the revenues that it is going to bring to Uttar Pradesh. The approximate revenue is around 20,000 to 25,000 revenue only in tax. I mean, this is not even, the estimate is around 4 lakh crores. UP is getting to be estimatedly 4 lakh crores richer. So when we talk of development, let's also look at these little figures. How are they accommodating these people? I mean, it's impressive. Hats off to the UP government. Hats off to Yogi ji and Modi ji, both of them. They have been very, very instrumental in getting such a beautiful change to Uttar Pradesh. I am from that state. That is my state. And I feel overwhelmingly proud about it.
Overwhelmingly proud. Sadhvi Pragya Bharati, from what we understand, the temple's construction should be completed in the first 6 months of this year, even as there are plans for a Ram Katha museum as well, from what we understand. Also talk to us about this first anniversary. It's coming at a very special time. It's coinciding with the Mahakumbh.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Absolutely right. It's like amazing because Mahakumbh itself marks, I would say a lot of devotees are waiting for this magnanimous and mega event, and Mahakumbh itself is a symbol of faith, devotion, unity, and fostering universal brotherhood, solidarity, and social cohesion. Same goes with the Ram Mandir. So the Ram Mandir ceremonies, especially those surrounding the consecration of the temple in Ayodhya, I would say they are not just deeply spiritual events, but also connected to profound mathematical principles that resonate with the architecture, planning, and rituals involved. These ceremonies are a perfect blend of devotion, cultural heritage, and mathematical precision. How beautifully they've made it. The symbolism of numbers in rituals. Numbers hold a deep spiritual significance in Hinduism, and this is reflected in the rituals of the Ram Mandir. The very structure of ceremonies, like the laying of the first stone or the ceremonial lighting of lamps, follows a pattern that can be interpreted mathematically. So, the numbers of priests, the chants recited, the numbers of steps in a procession, and even the times certain mantras are repeated. Each has its own symbolism, rooted in the belief that numbers are carriers, I would say, of divine power. So there's a lot of scientific reasons also to it. So that is how I would say our culture, our pristine and rich Indian culture is marked for.
Right. Nina, the other question that I want to ask you also, you're talking about the economics of it all. What it also means is that it brings back the focus on the development of infrastructure through the spiritual route, isn't it? If you have to accommodate so many millions, over 100 million devotees coming in, it is not just about building the infrastructure around the temple, it is about building infrastructure around the area, around the region.
And since Yogi ji has come to power, and also since Gadkari ji has come to power, I have noticed a drastic change between on the roads of UP. Not only the internal roads, but also the main highways have been extremely well developed. And whenever I used to go earlier, like I've said, I have seen, because I've been traveling so much to my state, 2014, I have been to Banaras and all these places. We could not go there by road. Today you can go drive down by road. Look at the highways that have been constructed. You can easily go down by road. You have enough of safe places to have a break. Otherwise, it was very difficult for ladies to go. I remember as a child traveling through these places, and if I needed a toilet break, we had to go in the fields. And now when we travel, we have Costa Coffee, Starbucks, Haldiram on the way. We have, we have toilets, and those toilets are, mind you, not dirty toilets. Those toilets are clean toilets. There is a lady supervising the toilets. And why I am saying toilets, because these are the most basic things that as a woman you face when you are traveling. You need to go and relieve yourself. So we can all, you asked me about numbers. Earlier we spoke of numbers, but numbers only give you a picture. Ultimately, what is the development going to do? The development has to improve the daily life of people. The development has to bring a good change in the quality of going to even the pilgrimage. The pilgrimage, the way to pilgrimage is not only the destination, but the whole journey is important for pilgrimage. And thank you so much to the people who have been involved, from the local men to the people who have made the roads to the people who designed it, and of course our leaders. The quality of our, the darshan, the pilgrimage from starting place A to place B has improved so much. It has, it has become an easy, pleasurable journey. Every time now I have to go, it's like, okay, let's just drive down. The roads are so good. We don't need to catch a flight. You can do it at your convenience. And that's, I think, the most, the nicest thing about this development. And look at these people. Look at the happiness on these faces. rejoicing, they're happy, they are so. I'm just very happy. It's it's a dream come true for devotees. It's a dream come true for all the Hindu devotees across the world.
Absolutely. You know, Krishna, a lot of people have actually called it an economic renaissance for Ayodhya itself.
It's a renaissance of many kinds, Shreya.
Absolutely.
It's a religious renaissance, it's a spiritual renaissance, and along with that, it's an economic renaissance.
Cultural one too, that
Absolutely.
for sure.
Yeah. So that is the reason why.
And
Please
at
go ahead,
that
Nina.
point, I have to add one thing. Dharma always says, Lakshmi follows Vishnu.
Right.
Till the time Vishnu ji is not there, how will Lakshmi ji come? So, and in English you say, unless you make a heaven, angels don't come. To have an angel, you need to have, heaven there. So, so if we have gotten Vishnu ji there in Ayodhya, Ram being the avatar of Vishnu, Lakshmi had to come. That's his wife, right? You make it and then all the prosperity will come. And so you see the happiness on people's faces because Ramji has come back to Ayodhya, and with him, he has got Lakshmi.